I have been an elementary school teacher for 14 years, and I find it so interesting because when I tell people that, so many of them are just astounded. And I know it's because when they look at me, they probably think of all the things that an able-bodied classroom teacher can do and then realize that I probably can't. So I can't open a marker cap. I can't turn the lights on in my classroom. I can't pick up a piece of paper off of the floor. I can't. But what they don't know is that I have mastered the art of help. And because of that, I can. And because I'm an educator, I really consider myself part of the entertainment industry. So I'm a really great storyteller, and I so wish that all of you guys could just come down here on the carpet with me and sit crisscross applesauce. But I'll spare you if everybody will just stay in their seats, and I'll go right into my first story. And I talk about the art of help through stories. And my first one has to do with the art of offering help. I was a graduate student at the University of St. Thomas, which for those of you who aren't familiar with the Houston area, it's nestled right in the heart of the downtown Houston Medical Center Museum District. It's a really busy area, part of Houston. And I was in a class on a summer school. It was 5 o'clock on a Friday afternoon. And I was sitting waiting for my bus on a pretty major thoroughfare that takes people out of the medical center and onto the highway. It's a street called Montrose. It's a 5-lane road. And I was sitting there waiting for my bus, and I look over, and this gentleman's car was broken down on the other side of the street from me. Oh, my goodness. And really, Houstonians at 5 o'clock on a Friday, I can't even begin to tell you the hideousness of their nature that really comes out at that point. And so for this man to be blocking a lane of traffic, people were swerving around him and gesturing obscenely and cursing. And oh my gosh, I felt so bad for the guy. And his window was rolled down, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so going to help him. And so I holler out to him from my side of the street, and I said, hey, would you like some help? And he looks over at me, and he does the up and down checkout, not like who's the chick in the chair? But more like, the chick in the chair is really going to do a lot to help me right now. And he yells back, no, that's okay. And I said, are you sure? Because my chair is freakishly strong, and I think I can push you. And he's a man, so of course he wants to know how much power this baby's got. So he yells back, okay. And meanwhile, traffic on my side of Montrose had picked up greatly. This very nice man in a truck sees the little wheelchair girl trying to inappropriately cross the road. And so he holds up his arm and blocks both lanes of traffic. And I cross over and say, thank you. And I make it, and I kind of position myself behind this guy's car, and I prop my feet up on his bumper. And I lean over and I say, okay, put her in neutral. And he did. And I pushed him to the corner gas station. I love it when my parents retell the story because it was a Hummer and I pushed him down I-59. But in reality, it was such an incredible moment for me personally. It was great. The guy gets out of the car and he was just dumbfounded. And he said, thank you so much, and shook my hand. And I said, oh, no problem, like I do it all the time. I felt like I could leap back over to my side of Montrose in a single bound with my red cape blowing in the wind. I felt like Superwoman, truly. And amongst the many things that guy was probably thinking that day, I wonder if he thought to himself, I almost didn't let this girl help me. I almost underestimated her. And I think, do we do that often? Do we underestimate people who are willing to help us? Additionally, do we offer help to other people? For me that day, helping someone in a physical way was something so unusual. I have a diagnosis of spinal muscular atrophy type 2. There's 3 things that I can do independently and successfully by myself every day. I can feed myself. I'm so good at that. I can brush my teeth because I am all about having a good smile. And I can put on my makeup because I am terrified of clowns and I don't want to look like one. And other than that, I need help for everything. For everything. And learning to ask for help is a big deal. and I had to learn for help, to ask for help here at Texas A&M University. I was a freshman. I lived on the south side of campus, and I wanted to see how long it would take me to get to my first class, because I really wanted to maximize my sleeping potential. So on a Sunday afternoon, before the semester started here at Texas A&M, I took my chair out full speed from Southside over to the Zachary building. It took me, 7 minutes or so. I go about 10 miles an hour. It's got some good power. And I get out there, and I'm looking around for the accessible entrance. I'm trying to find it, and I hit a bump on the sidewalk, and in my lap was my keys attached to a little wallet, and it fell onto the ground. Oh, my goodness. And so I said some very choice phrases that I won't share with all of you today. But I was really upset. I wasn't going to leave my keys on the ground, and I'm looking around, and apparently I'm the only nerdy little Aggie out for her, afternoon stroll to see how long it'll take her to get to class. There's really no one around, and I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? And so the light changed there at university, and cars started coming onto campus. And I thought, oh my gosh, so cool. I will just wave somebody down, and they'll stop and pull over and offer to help me. Great. So I'm waving at all of them. Waving, can you stop? Can you stop? And every single car thought I was waving at them. Like I was a little wheelchair girl welcoming people to Texas A&M. Thank y'all for coming on to campus today. Welcome, welcome. I'm not kidding you. A good 10 cars passed me, and every single one of them waved at me. And so I said a few more choice phrases that I won't share with you again. I think they got progressively worse at that point. But I look over a good 2 football fields away from me, the polo fields, where Texas A&M Bonfire used to be held, is this couple. Aww. And they're walking hand in hand out for their little, nice August heat walk across this field. And I see them, and I'm a future teacher, so I've got some lungs. And so I yell at the top of them, "Help me!" And they stop, and they see me, and they take off full out running. I am not kidding, y'all. They were flying through the campus, and they get to me. It's August, y'all. It is hot. And they are dripping wet. I dropped my keys. I'm so sorry. And they pick them up, and they put them in my lap, and they go about their less than romantic stroll at that point. But it was such foreshadowing for me. I had lived at home for 18 years and was taken care of by parents who knew my every need. And I had to learn to ask for help. This idea of help is a theme that has woven its way through my entire life. And it's such a simple thing, isn't it, to ask for help? I mean, it's obvious we need help. We aren't on this planet by ourselves. We don't live in a bubble. When babies are born, they immediately know how to ask for help. They cry and have enormously stinky diapers. And we know what to do. But yet, as we age and get older and we gain this sense of independence, it's almost like we're taught that you shouldn't ask for help anymore. That part of this passage into adulthood is being independent and being able to do things on your own. And so somehow we feel that, if we ask for help, it's going to take away from our own success. And that could not be farther from the truth. The truth is that if you offer help abundantly and you ask for help graciously, your very long list of I can't, turn into an infinite inventory of I cans. I can. Thank you.